Good morning, everyone. I now call our session to order.
Magandang umaga po. Ang ating pong regular na pulong ay sisimulan ng panalangin ng kagalang-galang engineer Jonas Angelo Abadilla.
Happy birthday. Birthday boy.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Idalangin po natin at hingin po natin ang presensya ng ating Panginoon sa ngalan ng Ama at Anak at Espiritu Santo. Amen. Aming mapagmahal at makapangyarihang Diyos, kami po ay buong pagpapakumbabang lumalapit po sa inyo bago namin simulan ang sesyon ng Sangguniang Panglungsod ng Muntinlupa. Sa panahon po ng tag-ulan, nawa po ay patuloy po ninyo kaming ingatan laban sa malalakas na pag-ulan, pagbaha, pagguho at iba pang mga panganib na maaaring idulot ng panahon ngayon. Ingatan nyo po ang aming mga mamamayan, ang aming mga komunidad, lalo na po ang mga pamilyang higit na nangangailangan ng proteksyon at ng iyong tulong. Puspusin po ninyo ng karunungan, malasakit at pagkakaisa po ang bawat miyembro po ng sangguniang ito. Gabayan po ninyo kami sa aming mga talakayan at pagpapasya upang ang bawat ordinansa, resolusyon at mga hakbang na amin pong gagawin ngayong umaga ay tunay pong makakapaglingkod sa kapakanan po ng bawat isa at ng buong lungsod ng Muntinlupa. Nawa po ay maging mahinahon, makatarungan at makabuluhan ng aming sesyon ngayong umaga. Tulungan po ninyo kaming pairalin ang kabutihang panlahat kaysa pansariling interes at bigyan kami ng tapang na gawin ang nararapat para sa ating mga kababayan. Ito po ay samat dalangin namin sa pangalan ni Jesus na aming Panginoon. Amen. Sa ngalan ng Ama at Anak at Espiritu Santo. Amen.
Ang ating pong lupang hinirang at ang marsya ng Muntinlupa.
Mga kababayan, ang pagbagsang awit ng Pilipinas.
Ating pong councilor screen.
The Counselor's Creed. I am a Philippine counselor, mandated by law to enact measures and ordinances that redound to the general welfare of my constituents in the pursuit of happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in public service above self as the guiding principle of my official acts. And as I tread the pathways of local legislation, may the Almighty guide my mind and heart that I shall be true to my constituents and the Filipino people.
Maraming salamat po. Dako po tayo sa ating attendance. Kagalang-galang Attorney Alex Ondias. Kagalang-galang Attorney Raul Coro.
Present.
Kagalang-galang Attorney Rachel Arsiaga Molina. Kagalang-galang Pati Kati Bongkayaw.
Present po.
Kagalang-galang Jedediah Presnedi. Kagalang-galang Walter Arcilia. Kagalang-galang Ting Niefes. Kagalang-galang Amanda Jane Camilon. Kagalang-galang Attorney Reggie Ann Landrito. Attorney Landrito. Okay. Kagalang-galang Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr., kagalang-galang kay Anong Gavilla, kagalang-galang Francis Ian Bagatsi, kagalang-galang Engineer Arlene Hilapo, kagalang-galang Marisha Limar Baez Reyes, kagalang-galang Rodolfo W. Moldes Jr., kagalang-galang Cornelio Martinez, kagalang-galang Allen Ampaya.
Present po.
Thank you po. Kagalang-galang Engineer Jonas Angelo Abadilla. Mayroon pong sapat na bilang.
Dahil tayo po ay may sapat na bilang, tayo po ay magpapatuloy.
Titibayin po natin ang katitikan ng nakaraang pulong.
Assistant Majority Floor Leader, Engineer Councilor Mameta Sevilla Jr., you are recognized. Approval.
Humihiling po ng 2-minute break, Madam Chair.
Kainin nga po ng 2 minutes recess. Tuloy. Councilor Sevilla.
Good morning po, Madam Chair. Good morning sa lahat. Sa tagubilin po ng ating Majority Floor Leader, Atty. Raul Coro, na gumaganap sa kanyang tungkulin bilang chairman ng Philippine Councilors League. Ang inyo pong lingkod ang tatayo bilang pansamantalang Majority Floor Leader. Kung wala naman pong maglilinaw na sa mga pinag-usapan sa katitikan nung nakaraang pagpupulong ng sanggunian na may petsang August 10, 2026, hiniling po na ito na ay magtibayin, Madam Chair.
Motion to approve the minutes of our previous session, seconded by Councilor Walter Arcilia and Councilor Engineer Arlene Lapo. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved.
Ako po tayo sa ating unang basa. Number 1, grant of financial assistance to informal family settlers along the Diamond Creek easement in Victoria Homes, Barangay Tunasan.
Ang nasabi pong paksa ay ating sinasangguni sa committees ng appropriation and committees ng urban, poor and housing, with the Committee on Appropriations as the lead committee chaired by our Majority Floor Leader, Atty. Raul Coro.
Kalawa po ay Memorandum of Understanding between the City Government of Muntinlupa and Engaged in Corporation, Engadin Corporation, on the implementation of the AWS Restart Program educacion.ph in the city of Muntinlupa.
Same is being referred to the Committee on Education chaired by our good counselor, Jedediah Fresnadi.
Katlo po ay Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government of Muntinlupa and Medical Center Muntinlupa on the referral for electrocardiogram and two-dimensional echocardiography with Doppler procedures charged against the City Government of Muntinlupa.
Referred to the Committee on Health and Sanitation, chaired by our Councilor Amanda Camilon.
Para po sa ating unang ulat, ito po ay ulat ng Urban Poor and Housing chaired by the Honorable Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr. on the application for accreditation ng Technical Assistance Movement for People and Environment Incorporated.
Councilor Sevilla, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Hiniring po ang pagbasa ng committee report.
You may proceed.
Honorable Stephanie G. Teves Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Panglunsod, through Honorable Council Attorney Raul Coro, Majority Floor Leader. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of the Committee on Urban Poor and Housing on the result of the public hearing held on June 9, 2026, on the application for accreditation of the following, of the association. Technical Assistance Movement for People and Environment, TAMPEI, with address at Our Lady of the Miraculous Medals Shrine, Posadas Avenue, Barangay Sukat, Muntinlupa City. Hiniling pong huwag nang basahin ng talaan ng umattend at mga documents na naisubmit.
Any second on the said motion? Seconded by Councilor Dado Maldes Jr. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved.
Discussion. The above-mentioned civil society organization submitted its requirements enumerated under Ordinance Number 05-040 to the Sangguniang Panglunsod. The committee found that the above-mentioned non-government organization or association complied with all the requirements under the said ordinance. The above-mentioned civil service organization has its own projects and programs for the benefit of their members and the communities. One of the reasons why they are applying for accreditation is to be one of the beneficiaries and to be part of any activities, programs, and projects implemented by the city local government of Muntinlupa. The main objective of this group is to serve as a community organizer responsible for conducting seminars for civil service organization. The group is funded by the national government such as the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts and other private organizations. The representative from the Urban Affairs Office recommended to grant the accreditation of the above-mentioned association. Recommendation, the committee hereby recommends to grant the accreditation of the above-mentioned non-government association. At this point, Madam Chair, hiniling pong masuspend ang ating panloob na tuntunin upang ang nasabing application for accreditation ay mapag-usapan at patuloy na ibasa mamaya, no? And
Motion to suspend the internal rules. Any second? Seconded by Councilor Maldes. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved.
naka-flash po sa ating screen ang resolution na pinagbibigyan ng accreditation ang TAMPEI o yung Technical Assistance Movement for People and Environment Incorporated, located at Lady of Miraculous Medal, Posadas Avenue, Barangay Sukat. Ang nasabi pong samahan o yung non-government association ay isang organization na kung saan tumutulong doon sa mga programa ng pabahay. Sila po ay humingi ng accreditation para magamit nila doon sa mga programang pinapasukan nila sa lungsod ng Muntinlupa, lalong-lalo na sa mga programa sa pabahay. Sa kasalukuyan po, sila ang tumutulong sa local government of Muntinlupa para doon sa programa pabahay ng Munting Nayon doon sa Putatano. Sila po yung technical assistance na nagbibigay. Sila yung nag-survey and then doon sa mga bagay na technical, sila yung tumulong sa samahan. Kaya malaki po yung natipid. So, ni-require lang po ng local housing board na magpa-accredit sila para at least yung kanilang pagtulong doon sa samahan ay documented at ma-formalize. So, ito po yung hiniling natin nila na mag-grant yung accreditation ng TAMPay bilang isang samahang nakikisupport or tumutulong sa programa na ating pamalansod. So kung meron pang maglinaw or magtanong, Madam Chair, ang inyong pong likod ay nakahandang sumagot.
We are now in the period of discussion. Meron po bang nais na magtanong o maglinaw?
Kung wala naman, Madam Chair, ito mong ibibigay na accreditation sa kanila ay in a positive way, tingin ko ay talagang makakatulong din sa lungsod natin. Kasi bukod sa Munting Nayon, even kami sa iba't ibang barangay, alam ko yung Sukat at ibang barangay, tinulungan din ng TAMPay doon sa mapping and census ng bawat barangay na tinulungan nila. So malaking bagay po yung expertise nila kasi ito ay minsan, even yung international support, nakakakuha sila, nakakatulong sa iba't ibang samahan. So kung wala na pong gustong maglinaw, magtanong sa pagbibigay natin ng accreditation sa nasabing samahan, hiniling ko pong tapusin na ang period of discussion at dumako tayo sa period of amendment.
Any second on the said motion, seconded by Councilor Dado Maldez. Hearing no objection, the period of discussion is now closed. We are now in the period of amendment.
Kung wala namang nais mag-amend, yung ating regular amendment, Madam Chair, kung lahat ng boboto ay masamang co-sponsored sa nasabing resolution.
Any second on the proposed amendment, seconded by Councilor Engineer Jonas Abadilla. Hearing no objection, the proposed amendment is approved.
And then, hiniling po ang magpapatibay sa nasabing accreditation ng ibinibigay natin.
All those in favor of the said resolution, please raise your right hand.
Favor are Councilors Sevilla, Gabilla, Bagatsing, Ilapo, Baez Reyes, Moldes Jr., Martinez, Abadilla, Camilon, Niefes, Arcilla, Presnedi, Arsiaga Molina. Ang boto po ninyo, Konsehal Ampaya.
Boto po.
Konsehal Landrito. Konsehal Landrito. Konsehal Bungkayaw. Okay, yan po. Konsehal Attorney Coro, yes po. Konsehal Diaz. Okay, lahat po ng narito at ang nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Since all those
Okay, Attorney, thank you po.
Since all those present are in favor, the proposed resolution is hereby approved.
Kalwa po ay ang ulat ng Committee on Rules, Ethics and Privileges shared by the Honorable Councilor Attorney Raul Coro on the Memorandum of Understanding between the City Government of Muntinlupa and Manila Electric Company for the renewal of their partnership known as Meralco City of Muntinlupa Local Government Unit Energizing Partnership.
Madam Chair, sa tagubili ng ating Majority Floor Leader, ang inyo pong lingkod ang naatasang bumasa at magpasa ng nasabing kahilingan ng resolution. At bilang ako rin po yung assistant ng chairman ng nasabing committee, babasahin ko po yung committee report ng ating Majority Floor Leader. Honorable Stephanie G. Teves Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer Sangguniang Malunsod. Dear Vice Mayor, submitting to you the report of the Committee on Rules, Ethics and Privileges on the result of the public hearing held on August 12, 2025 regarding the Memorandum of Agreement between the City Government and Manila Electric Company, Meralco, for the renewal of their partnership known as Meralco City of Muntinlupa Local Government Unit Energizing Partnership. Sa punto pong ito, hiniling na huwag nang basahin ang talaan ng mga umattend at mga documents na naisubmit, Madam Chair.
Any second, seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved.
Discussion. Public hearing was conducted to tackle the proposed memorandum of understanding between the city government and Manila Electric Company for the renewal of their partnership known as Meralco, thus City of Muntinlupa Local Government Unit Energizing Partnership. Meralco and the City of Muntinlupa wish to continue the established strategic partnership to be referred to as the Meralco City of Muntinlupa Local Government Unit Energizing Partnership. This initiative is in line with the Meralco's mission to provide its customer the best value energy solutions through a safe, adequate, reliable, and efficient electric service. The partnership will help the City of Muntinlupa's expansion and growth of its communities and enable it to respond to the challenge of being more responsive to sustainable urbanization development. Meralco and the City of Muntinlupa shall endeavor to work together on the infrastructure development, community electrification program, public safety and anti-urban blight, disaster preparedness program, sustainability program, and initiative which include energy conservation and environmental conservation program, and such other projects that may be mutually agreed upon by Meralco and the City of Muntinlupa. Under the proposed MOU, the areas of collaboration and activities are updated and strengthened, including the public safety and anti-urban blight program, where the problem of dangling wires is thought to be addressed, immediately response and restoration service in times of disaster, and increase grid capacity to support renewable energy needs. Upon review, the legal office has no objection to the proposed MOU as it finds basis under Article 62 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of RA 7160, which provides that the private sector shall be directly involved in the plans, programs, projects, or activities of the city, such as in the delivery of basic services and facilities. The partnership is laudable as it will help in empowering the city's goal towards becoming a smart urban village. Recommendation, the Committee recommends to adopt a resolution approving the Memorandum of Understanding between the City Government of Muntinlupa and Manila Electric Company for the renewal of their partnership known as Meralco City of Muntinlupa Local Government Unit Energizing Partnership. Madam Chair, since nakasuspend po ang ating internal rules, ito po ang resolution sa ating flash, no? Naka-flash sa ating screen. A resolution authorizing the City Mayor Rosano Rufino B. Biason on behalf of the City Government of Muntinlupa to enter and sign into a memorandum of understanding with Manila Electric Company represented by each Senior Vice President and Head Customer Relations and Services Charina P. Padua for the renewal of partnership known as Meralco City of Muntinlupa Local Government Unit Energizing Partnership. Madam Chair, since binabanggit po sa committee report ay ito po ay renewal, dati po kasi mga sometime 2015, nagkaroon na ng ganitong MOU between Meralco and Muntinlupa. At with this partnership, pag inisa-isa po natin, masasabi talagang napakalaking bagay po para sa mga taga Muntinlupa kung makakaroon ng ganitong partnership with Meralco. Inclusive po sa magiging Memorandum of Understanding, yung mga ibang programang ginagawa ng ating lungsod ay nakahandang tumulong si Meralco. Primordial po dyan sa programa na yan, yung urban blighting kung tawagin. Katulad ng ibang ginagawa nila sa ibang syudad, meron din silang ganitong kasunduan na kung saan naglilinis sila ng mga linyang hindi na ginagamit, yung mga overhead lines nila at yung ibang linya na telcos, no? Tinutulungan na rin nila ang mga syudad na nakikipagkasundo sila para linisin. No? At bukod dyan, sa iba't ibang programa. Kanina po habang binabasa ko yung Memorandum of Understanding, even yung mga kalingang munti program, yung mga ginagawang community service, naglalagay sila ng mga kiosk doon para doon sa mga gustong magtanong sa mga kanilang reklamo sa Meralco, ay nagkakaroon po sila. Bukod doon, ay open po ang communication nila, ang Meralco, in times of need. Kunyari, sa kalamidad, nakahanda po silang sumuporta sa mga equipment nila, even yung trimming of mga trees, nandyan din sila, nakapaloob po dito sa Memorandum of Understanding. Kaya ito po ay napirmahan ng ating mahal na mayor, ay yung direktang communication sa Meralco at yung agaran tulong na kayang ihatid ng kanilang kumpanya ay naka-ready para sa Muntinlupa. So kung meron pang nais na maglinaw or magtanong, Madam Chair, ang inyong pong lingkod, at alam ko naman ang ating Majority Floor Leader na dyan nakikinig sa Zoom, yung hindi po natin kayang sagutin, sa kanya nating itatanong, Madam Chair.
Tayo po ay nasa period of discussion. Meron po ba nais magtanong o maglinaw?
Kung wala naman po, Madam Chair, no? Malino naman po nakasaad dito sa ating ibibigay na pag-authorize sa mayor, ating mahal na mayor na pirmahan. Malaking bagay po ito sa ating lungsod. Malaki ang pagkakataon na yung mga pangangailangan natin sa larangan ng serbisyong ibinibigay ng Meralco, mas mapapadali yung ating coordination. Kung wala na pong nais maglinaw or magtanong, Madam Chair, si Madjo, baka nandiyan kami kung gusto kang sabihin.
Majority Floor Leader, Chairperson of Committee on Rules and Ethics. Good morning po.
Sa ating Assistant Majority Floor Leader, maganda po itong MOU sapagkat ito po ay makakatulong sa ating vision ng urban smart village sapagkat kailangan po ang energy and electrification ng ating city. Bukod dito sa mga proyekto na tungkol sa disaster, tungkol sa paglilinis, sapagkat kasama din po dyan yung paglilinis ng ating mga tinatawag na spaghetti wires. Although ito pong programa natin ay mayroong kaakibat na ordinansa doon sa paglalagay ng underground cable. Ito is a work in progress, pero ang Meralco po ay handa na makipagtulungan upang malinis at maging kaaya-aya ang ating mga public roads na hindi natin makikita ang mga spaghetti wires sa dapat taon. Lamang po at maraming salamat.
Okay po, maraming salamat, Madjo. Madam Chair, kung wala namang maglilinaw na or magtatanong dito sa hinihiling na resolution pag-authorize sa ating mahal na mayor na pumirma sa isang MOU, hinili pong tapusin ang period of discussion at dumako na tayo sa period of amendment.
Motion to close the period of discussion, seconded by Councilor Engineer Arlene Hilapo. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved. Tayo po ay nasa period of amendment.
Kung wala namang mag-amend, ating regular amendment, inihiling na mapasama ang lahat ng bobotong konsyal bilang co-sponsor ng nasabing resolution.
Any second on the proposed amendment, seconded by Councilor Engineer Arlene Hilapo. Hearing no objection, the proposed amendment is approved.
Kung inihiling po na dumako na tayo sa pagpapatibay ng nasabing resolution.
Motion to end the period of amendment, seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved. All those in favor of the said resolution, please raise your right hand.
Ayon po sa ating bulwaga, sina Consel Sevilla, Rongabilia, Bagatsing, Hilapo, Baez Reyes, Moldes Martinez, Abadilla, Camilon, Yefes, Arcilia Presnedi, Bongcayaw, Arsiaga Molina, at ang siyempre po, ang sangayon po ang ating sponsor na si Atty. Raul Coro. Ang boto, yes po. Consejal Diaz, ang boto po ninyo. Consejal Landrito. Consejal Ampaya. Okay, thank you ma'am. Thank you, Kap. Lahat po ng nasa Zoom at ang nasa bulwagan po ay sumang-ayon.
Since all those present are in favor, the said resolution is hereby approved.
Tatlo po ay ang ulat ng Committee on Appropriation chaired by the Honorable Attorney Raul Coro on the grant of financial assistance to family settlers along the Philippine National Railways from Barangay Tunasan down to Barangay Skupang down to Tunasan, numbering 158, in the amount of 3,000 per family, or a total of 474,000 pesos.
Councilor Engineer Mameto Sevilla, you are recognized and may proceed with with the committee report.
Maraming salamat po. Muli sa tagabuli ng primary sponsor, ang ating Majority Floor Leader, babasahin ko po ang committee report. Honorable Stephanie G. Tebesong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer sa Sangguniang Panlunsod. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of the Committee on Appropriation on the result of the public hearing held on August 12, 2026 at the Sangguniang Panlunsod Session Hall regarding the letter issued by the Urban Poor Affairs Office signed by Sheena P. Hernandez and dated the 5th of July 2026 asking the City Mayor for approval of the grant of financial assistance to family settlers along the Philippine National Railways property from Barangay Kupang down to Barangay Tunasan. Consisting of 158 families in the amount of 3,000 pesos per family or a total of 474,000 pesos. Sa punto pong ito, hinihiling ng wag nang basahin ang talaan ng umattend at yung mga documents na isubmit, Madam Chair.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor Dado Moldes. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved.
Discussion, public hearing was held to tackle the scheduled clearing and demolition of the 158 untagged residential structures located along the DPWH PNR Road from Barangay Kupang to Barangay Tunasan, City of Muntinlupa, which took place from July 24 to 23 and was conducted by the Philippine National Railways personnel. In connection with the previous report of Ms. Sheena Hernandez of the Urban Poor Affairs Office regarding the scheduled clearing and demolition operations, she respectfully requested for the provision of financial assistance due to humanitarian reasons in the amount of 3,000 pesos per family or a total of 474,000 pesos on the affected families who were displaced by the operation. As per the Department of Transportation validation, these families resided in the area only between 2023 and 2025. The affected families are located outside the perimeter of the DOTR project, thus making it a responsibility of the city government to give them financial assistance. If the endorsement will be approved, the requested amount will be deducted from the Urban Poor Affairs Office approved annual investment program with code number 3000-4-2-3-49-186-015. Recommendation. The committee hereby recommends to enact an ordinance granting financial assistance to family settlers along the Philippine National Railways property from Barangay Kupang down to Barangay Tunasan, consisting of 158 families in the amount of 3,000 pesos per family or a total of 474,000 pesos. Madam Chair, muli po nakasuspend ang ating internal rules. Iba-plus po yung draft ordinance para sa nasabing pagpabigay ng financial assistance sa 158 na pamilyang ililikas, no? Aalisin doon sa gagawa ng scheduled na PNR. So, wala po palang draft ordinance, subject to form and style po ang ating gagamitin. Ang magiging tema po, an ordinance granting financial assistance amounting to 3,000 pesos per family for the 158 families that will be affected by the demolition along the PNR track, no? Yung gagawa po ng proyekto ng renovation ng NSCR or National North-South Community Rail Project. No? Ito po, Madam Chair, ay hindi kasama dun sa mga talagang na-census na apektado na pamilya nung ginawa ng DOTR at ng ating lokal na pamahalaan. Yung po kasing mga na-census na una ay bibigyan ng relocation dyan sa San Pedro, Laguna. Ang na-census po sa Muntinlupa, humigit kumulang 2,000 na sa 1,900 mahigit. So, bukod doon, meron pang ibang pamilya ang nagtayo ng kanilang tinitirhan or pansamantalang tinitirhan dyan sa kahabaan ng Riles mula Kupang hanggang Tunusan, sometime 2023 hanggang 2025. So, sa kabutihang loob ng lungsod ng Muntinlupa, sila po ay i-demolish ng DOTR or at ng PNR, bibigyan po ng konting financial assistance ng ating lungsod in the amount of 3,000 per family. So kung meron pong nais pang magtanong dito sa bagay na ito, ang inyo pong lingkod at ang ating Majority Floor Leader ay makikinig upang sagutin ang mga katanungan, Madam Chair.
Tayo pa ay nasa period of discussion. Nahin ko pong i-recognize si Engineer Jonas Abadilla tapos susundan po ni Engineer Arlene Hilapo. Engineer Abadilla, you are recognized.
Good morning po, Madam Presiding Officer. This inquiry lang po, it's all about the construction within the PNR road since ito po ay nagsastretch mula Sukat hanggang Tunasan, Madam Presiding Officer. And ang mga kabahayan po ba natin from Kupang to Tunasan ay na-demolish na po ba ito? At kasi because the phase, according to the project, the phase 1 of the project is to construct the foundation of the project, the railways po, no? So, lahat po ba ng mga kabahayan po along the PNR, DPWH PNR road ay na-demolish na po ba, Madam Presiding Officer?
Madam Chair, no, as it is speaking on ngayong oras na to, no, nandiyan pa po yung halos majority ng pamilya, no, kasi kung titingnan po natin yung ginagawa ngayon, yung Sukat at hanggang Buli lang siguro yung cleared areas, no, pero after na yung Kupang, Alabang hanggang Tunasan, marami pa rin pamilya yung nandoon sa loob ng mga properties na gagawan. So, ang hinihiling po ng DOTR is dapat ngayong week na to, dapat tanggal ng lahat kasi magmamassive na sila ng paggawa. Nakiusap po ang mga pamilya na baka pwedeng maibigay na yung financial assistance. So, mamadaliin po itong ating ordinansa at bibigyan agad ng financial assistance at early September magsisimula na yung massive paggalaw ng NSCR project. At makikita po na natin na talagang aalisin na lahat ng halos ng nasa loob ng property line na gagawaan ng project.
Okay. Thank you for the answer sa ating buting sponsor. Madam Presiding Officer, just a follow-up question, just a secondary question po. So those 158 families po, meron po ba, according dun sa Memorandum of Agreement between PNR and the City Government of Muntinlupa, meron po ba silang matutuluyan or meron po bang paglilipatan? Or what are the actions of the Urban Poor and Affairs Office regarding this po?
Madam Chair, no, yung sa mga na-survey or na-census na una, sila po yung binigyan ng allocation for allocation na ngayon ay almost finish na po yung pwede na nga raw maglipat yung ibang pamilya doon sa San Pedro. Pero for these 158 families na bago lang kasi 2023 to 25 yung tinitingnan petsa nagtayo sila, ang matatanggap lang po nila yung 3,000 pesos. For the relocation, wala pong relocation na ibibigay dito sa kanila, Madam Chair.
That would be all, Madam Presiding Officer. Thank you po.
Thank you, Councilor Engineer Jonas Abadilla. You are recognized, Councilor Hilapo.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Ang mga katanungan ko po ay natanong na rin ni kasamang konsehal Jonas Abadilla, pero nais ko lang din pong linawin sa ating kasamang konsehal Metong Sibilia, dun po sa 158 families na to na mga hindi sila kasama doon sa relokasyon dahil recently lang sila mga nagbahay sa Along the Riles, na mabibigyan naman natin sila ng 3,000 per family. Ang magde-demolish po sa kanila ay from national, tama po?
National po, DOTR through with the help of the National Railways. Meron silang team na maglilinis po niyan.
Pero from national po, wala po bang maibibigay na financial assistance? From
Tinanong ko po yan, wala daw. Ang kanila lang ko yung mobility, no? Yung pagtulong, kung ihahatid ko saan pupunta, yun lang daw ay tutulong ng national.
Okay, so kung sila po ang magde-demolish yung mga taga-national, kailan po mag-i-start ito?
Ang dapat nga raw po is naka-schedule na within this week, no? Ang hiniling ng DOTR, pero nakiusap yung mga pamilya na sana maibigay yung financial na tulong para kahit paano may pangsimula sila kung saan man sila mapupunta. So, ang target po is early September, after na maibigay na natin yung financial assistance.
Okay, so kung after mabigay po yung financial assistance at sila ay dapat nang umalis, pero may mga matitigas na gusto pa rin manatili, ano po ang gagawin sa kanila?
Sagot na po ng national yon. PNR ang sasagot yan.
Okay, maraming salamat po.
Thank you po, Councilor Arlene Hilapo. I-recognize ko po muna si ating pong ABC President, Councilor Allen Ampaya, and then susunod po, Councilor Attorney Rachel Arsiaga, then Councilor Bong Cayaw. Councilor Ampaya, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Good morning po. Itatanong ko lang po sa ating proponent dahil nabanggit po niya na from Kupang to Tunasan ay hindi clear. Itatanong ko lang po ba, sa poblasyon po ba meron pong mga kasama?
Actually, wala. Meron po akong listahan kasi rito, Madam Chair, pero hindi nakadetalyado kung ano-anong barangay, no? Pero ang sabi kasi, nung kausap ko si Upaw kaninang umaga, from Kupang to Tunasan, mangilan-ngilan lahat along the way, may mga nagtayo na minsan tent lang or trapa lang ang ginamit, meron lumang yero, ganyan lang, ay mga structure. Kaya hindi ko masabi rito kung meron or ilan yung taga-poblasyon. Pero ang tinanong ko kasi bakit Kupang lang hanggang Tunasan? Ang nabanggit po ng Upaw kasi sa Sukat at sa Buli, talagang yung binakuran, malinis na yung loob eh.
Kaya ko po kasi naitanong dahil sa poblasyon po na may sila naman ng PNR area and yung pong sa loob ng binakuran ay wala po akong alam na meron po.
We'll check on that, Councilor Ampaya, no? Siguro mamaya ite-text ko at maganda naman kung may concern siya sa taga-poblasyon. Ite-text. Baka si Madjo, baka alam po ni Madjo.
Yeah.
Madam Presiding Officer,
Yes po, Majority Floor, the chairperson.
during the public hearing ay tinanong ko yan kay Ma'am Sheena Hernandez. Ang sabi po niya ay mula Kupang hanggang Tunasan, mayroon pong mga families involved. Ang karamihan, Alabang at Kutatan. Pero meron din po Tunasan, meron din poblasyon. Ang Buli at Sukat hindi na po kasama dahil sila nauna na pong naayos ito ng DOTR kasama po doon sa cluster ng Taguig.
Yes po,
So, nahiwalay po yung Sukat at Buli. Yung Kupang hanggang Tunasan, yun yung bibigyan ng 158 families. At lahat po yun, lahat ng barangay, including populasyon, sabi ni Ma'am Sheena, ay kasama po sa listahan. Hindi lang natin alam kung tigilan, pero ang pinakamarami daw ay Kutatan at Alabang. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you po. Councilor Majority Floor Leader Attorney Coro, thank you po. May karagdagan pa po bang katanungan ang ating pong ABC President? Kapitan ng Poblasyon? Okay po. Thank you po. So,
Kasi sa aking pagkakaalam ay wala po nakatira doon sa loob na nakabakod ng PNR doon sa barangay poblasyon. Yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Thank you po. I'll recognize Attorney Rachel Ann Arsiaga Molina.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Gusto ko lang pong linawin kung yung mga bahay lang po na nasa loob ng bakod, yung bibigyan po ng financial assistance.
Actually, hindi lang po yun. Ang tinanong ko nga kay Ma'am Sheena yon, kasi merong ilan, even yung, kung tusurin kasi yung bakod, hindi pa yung final yan eh, no? Yung right of way ni PNR, yung 15 meters na tinatawag, no? So pagka kinuha yung 15 meters, meron pa ilan-ilan nasa labas pa rin ng bakod. Yun yata yung binilang din. Dahil since nasa labas, kaya obligasyon ni city na bigyan.
Kasi po, both sides po ng Riles, meron pong mga nakatayong mga bahay. Kasi nakita ko po, merong markings po na ginawa yung PNR. Pininturahan nila yun ng color orange. Tapos ibig sabihin, hanggang doon po yung property,
Right of way nila.
yung right of way po nila. May mga bahay po na sinakop po nung markings. So, ang question ko po, kung yung mga bahay po ba na yon, kasama po sila dito sa 158 po na families?
Yung po yung mga formal na census nung una na entitled sa relocation sa San Pedro. Hindi ko ano kung ito po ay maganda sabihin, pero minsan kasi may mga bago lang nagtatayo, walang mapunta, naglalagay ng tent lang or something doon sa right of way ng PNR. Ito po yung binilang na 158 na bago lang nagtayo.
Actually po, Madam Chair, yung mga bahay po na yon, talagang hindi po sila hindi po sila mga tent, hindi sila mga yero-yero lang. Talagang mga structure po talaga yung mga bahay po na yon.
Yun po yung mga talagang sinesis noong una na pumasok sa right of way, entitled sila dahil matagal na silang nakatayo, then tinamaan nung kukunin right of way, binigyan sila ng relocation. Ito pong 158 nito, yung minsan yung mga nasunugan sa ibang area, dito na nagtatayo ng mga nila, shanty nila. Ito po yung 158 na pinag-uusapan natin.
So, yung 158 po na yun lang po yun. So, kahit po partial lang po dun sa bahay po nila ang madadali para po dun sa right of way, entitled po sila doon po sa relocation. Tama
Okay,
po ba?
dagdagan ko na lang po yung paliwanag, Madam Chair. I'm a member of the Local Interagency Committee, of which isa doon sa pinag-uusapan, no? Iba't ibang entitlement po yung makukuha ng mga apektado ng right of way. Minsan, hindi naman siya pasok sa right of way, tinamaan pa rin ng north-south commuter, yun, babayaran po yun, lupa at bahay. No? Pero yung pasok sa right of way, ito po yung sinensus at bibigyan ng relocation sa San Pedro. Iba yung formal, iba kasi yung informal settler sa formal settler. Yung formal settler, may title ako, tatamaan ng istasyon ng tren, gigibain din, iba ang compensation o entitlement nila. Babayaran yung lupa doon sa fair market value na existing, babayaran yung bahay kung yung at cost, kung magkano yung halaga kung itatayo mo yung bahay. Yun yung entitlement ng formal. Pero yung mga informal settler na, alam mo naman natin, after malinis yung release ng araw na nilipat sa Southville, meron pa rin iba na nag-extend ng bahay niyan, yun pa rin ay bibigyan ng entitlement sa relocation sa San Pedro. Since matagal niya silang informal settler na sakop ng PNR.
Okay po,
1
maraming
minute
salamat po.
recess
Yes
po.
po, Madam Chair. Gising na. Baka disaster ay tatanong mo, ah.
Hindi naman. Hello, ayan. Good morning, Madam Presiding Officer. Naalala ko lang po kasi na na-brought up po yung topic na to, yung mga pamilyang nasa mga railways a long time ago. And nabanggit po during that time na ito po nga ay nasa jurisdiction ng PNR since the area is also a property of the PNR. Kaya ang tanging magagawa natin sa city ng Upaw is yung assistance na mga ginagawa nga natin sa ngayon, do. Oo, so ngayon, yung akin pong unang tanong muna is that yung sa pagbibigay ba natin ng financial assistance dito sa mga, ito yung pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, mga antag to, di ba? So may nauna na tayong binigay na assistance, which is yung sa, nabanggit nyo kanina na mga formal, may ganong category pa kasi no? So yun. So yung aking unang tanong po is, sa pagbibigay natin ng financial assistance sa kanila, wala naman tong magiging legal impediment since the property nga is property of the national through the PNR, and parang ang dating is baka tinotolerate natin sila sa pag-i-stay nila along the railways. Since yung mga naninirahan sa railway nga, a long time ago din, na-turn over na sila sa barangay, but then from the time then on, bumabalik din sila doon sa railways. Kaya naman yung aking magiging pangalawang katanungan, sa pagbibigay natin ng financial assistance na 3,000 pesos, sabi nyo, as a humanitarian reason, 3,000 pesos, and in reality, ang baba rin naman talaga ng 3,000 pesos para sa magiging panimula nila. Na isa sa magiging impact nito, baka bumalik na naman din sila doon sa railway. So ano yung magiging guarantee natin na ito bang humanitarian reason na financial assistance sa 3,000 pesos, malinaw ba sa kanila na assistance talaga lamang ito? At sila ba ay may pupuntahan after mabigay yung financial assistance din na ito? What's next after? So yun po yung aking dalawang tanong.
Madam Chair, no, at least lahat halos tayo, yun ang apprehension natin baka pag binigyan, babalik, no. As it is, tama, ayaw naman natin finger pointing ngayong panahon na to kung sinong may obligasyon. Ang tinitingnan na lang dito talaga namang nakiusap yung pamilya na tulungan sila dahil sa kalagayan nila. Rest assured po ang ating mga kasamahan na ang Upaw naman may talaan ng mga binibigyan ng assistance. No? Yung binibigyan natin ng assistance, hindi, makakasiguro po tayo na yung dating binigyan natin ng assistance, hindi na ito uli yung mga binibigyan ngayon. Malinaw po yan. No? Kaya lang natin ginagawa ito kasi gigibain na sila ng DOTR, hold muna ang sabi ng lungsod ng Muntinlupa, tutulungan namin yung nasasakupan namin kahit paano. So umabot po rito sa pagbibigay ng konting financial assist. Kaya nga ang term natin dito, for humanitarian reason. Siguro naman, at ang yung apprehension natin, baka dito matapos na to kasi after this, tingin ko isi-secure na ng PNR talaga lahat at magagawa na sila ng massive nilang development na doon sa area.
So naka-coordinate naman po tayo sa national, walang legal impediment sa pagbibigay natin ng financial assistance.
Yung ang alam ko, andyan naman si Ma'am Jo, mamaya pagsalitain natin siya, umaten naman sigurado at dumaan sa legal, yung magbibigay naman ganito na financial assistance ay nasa batas naman.
At lastly po, yung 3,000 pesos po, hindi na natin to kaya pang taasan. Hanggang 3,000 pesos. Ito naman po, nabanggit, kino-confirm ko lang po. Nabanggit naman sa report
Madam
na
Chair, sa
may
Office of
appropriation
Councilor.
naman kasi nasa AIP at sa UPO kukunin
sasakyan.
yung fund. Sige, yun lang po. Thank you po.
Kung nais dagdagan, Office of Councilor Patikas. Kung wala na pong magtatanong, andyan si Majo. Majo, baka meron ka bang karagdagang information para sa amin?
Major,
Tungkol lang doon sa possible pagbalik ng mga tao, mag-squat uli. So ito ay na-assure kita mga agency na meron na talagang mga enforcers ng DOTR at PNR. At nabanggit din natin na syempre kailangan din dito ang mahalagang kooperasyon ng mga barangay. Kasi kung halimbawa po ay
Salamat po, Madjo. May karagdagan po, Councilor Engineer Arlene Lapoy, you are recognized.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Tama po yung tinura ng ating Majority Floor Leader, Raul Coro, dahil sa pagkakatanda ko po ay may Memorandum of Agreement po between City Government of Muntinlupa at mga barangay na kung saan barangay na po, naka-turnover na sa barangay ang pamamahala para mabantayan nila ang along the Riles para wala nang makapagtayong mga bahay. Dahil nalinis na nga po ito at nailipat at na-re-ecolocasyon na sila, so dapat wala na talagang mapatayong bahay doon ng mga illegal settlers. So nasa pag-aalaga na po ng bawat barangay o bawat sangguniang barangay para hindi na magkaroon uli ng mga illegal settlers along the Riles po. Yun lamang po, maraming salamat.
Madam Chair, as Chair of the Committee on Urban, Poor and Housing, noted po yung naging discussion natin. I'll bring it to the next meeting of our local housing board. This month, meron kaming meeting end of this month. Yan ay asahan po ng ating mga kasama, tatalakayin ko doon sa aming regular monthly meeting. Kung wala nang nais maglinaw or magtanong, Madam Chair, hinili pong tapusin na ang period of discussion. Tayo'y dumako na sa period of amendment.
Motion to end the period of discussions. Any second? Seconded by Councilor Pati Katibong Cayao. Hearing no objection, the period of discussion is now closed. We are now in the period of amendment.
Kung wala namang nais mag-amend, Madam Chair, yung ating regular amendment, makasama ang lahat ng boboto bilang co-sponsor ng sabing ordinansa, hiniling ko pong ito ay maging amendment.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor K. Anrongavilla. Hearing no objection, the proposed amendment is approved.
Wala nang karagdagang amendment, hiniling pong tapusin na ang period of amendment at patuloy na pagtibayin ang nasabing ordinansa.
Motion to end the period of amendment, seconded by Councilor Dado Moldes. Hearing no objection, the period of amendment is now closed. All those in favor of the said resolution, please raise your right hand.
Okay. Councilor Diaz, ang boto po ninyo? Councilor Attorney Coro?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Councilor Attorney Reggie Landrito? Councilor Allen Ampaya? Okay po. Ang nasa sumpo ay Konsehal, ang sung-ayon po sina Konsehal Attorney Arsiaga Molina, Pati Katibong Cayao, Presnedi, Arcilia, Niefes, Camilon, Sevilla Jr., Rongavilla Bagatsing, Hilapo, Baez Reyes, Moldes, Martinez, at ang Abadilla. Lahat po na nasa bulwagan at nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Since all those present are in favor, the proposed resolution is hereby approved.
Sunod po ay ang ulat ng Komite on Ways and Means chaired by the Honorable Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr. on a resolution number 16, series of 2026, issued by the Local Finance Committee entitled a resolution recommending the proposed compromise agreement between the City Government ng Muntinlupa and Mercedian Enclavesment Mart Community Solution for the payment of outstanding real property tax liabilities.
Councilor Engineer Mamerto Sevilla Jr., you are again recognized.
Madam Chair, may tulot na basahin ng committee report.
Yes, you may proceed.
Honorable Stephanie Tebes Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer, Sangguniang Panlungsod, through Honorable Councilor Attorney Raul Coro, Majority Floor Leader. Dear Vice Mayor, respectfully submitting to you the report of the Committee on Ways and Means on the result of a public hearing held on August 13, 2026 regarding Resolution number 16, Series of 2026, issued by Local Finance Committee, signed by the members thereof, dated 13th of July 2026, and entitled, a resolution recommending the proposed compromise agreement between the City Government of Muntinlupa and the Mercedian Enclaves Mart Community Solutions for the payment of outstanding real property tax liabilities. Madam Chair, iniling na huwag mabasa ang talaan ng attendees and documents submitted.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor Engineer Jonas Abadilla. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved.
Discussion, public hearing was conducted to tackle the resolution number 16, series of 2026, issued by the local finance committee, signed by the members thereof, dated July 13, 2026, and entitled, a resolution recommending the proposed compromise agreement between the city government of Muntinlupa and the Mercidian Enclave Smart Community Solution for the payment of outstanding real property tax liabilities. The Meridian Enclave Smart Community Solution has outstanding real property liabilities amounting to 8,905,007 pesos and 26 centavos. Payment will start August 2026 up until December of the same year. The Office of the City Treasurer requested this committee to recommend the proposed compromise agreement for the settlement of the outstanding real property tax liabilities of the Mercidian Enclave Smart Community Solutions. The Office of the City Attorney interposed no objection to the proposed compromise agreement. Recommendation: the committee hereby recommends to adopt a resolution recommending the proposed compromise agreement between the city government of Muntinlupa and the Mercidian Enclave Smart Community Solutions for the payment of outstanding real property tax liabilities. Madam Chair, ang ating pong rules ay still suspended. Subject to form and style po ang magiging resolution natin. Pero ang tema po ay yung pumapasok sa isang proposed compromise agreement ang city at yung ating taxpayer, yung Mercidian. Ito po ay for a background, no? Isang building po ito sa may malapit doon sa presinto natin o yung anong pangalan ng orange na building? Yung dito sa Pilindes. Yung orange. Yun, Civic Crime. Katabi po ito halos ng Civic Crime. Yeah. Ang nangyari po rito, unaware sila na yung babayaran pala nilang real property obligation ay umabot ng 8 million, no? So nakiusap sila sa city na baka pwedeng staggered payment. Through a local finance committee resolution, pinayagan naman po, pero within this year lang. Dapat po originally ito is nag-start na ng 2 months ago, kaya lang hindi pa nagawa itong resolution. Kaya sisimulan ngayong August. Yung 8 million na arrears nila ay hahatiin into equal repayment period of monthly something, ganyan. Hanggang December lang po ang ibinigay. So, okay sa kanila na gano'n ang setup, babayaran po nila ito starting August pag naipasa na natin yung ating ibibigay na resolution for compromise agreement. Tinanong po ang inyong lingkod to, Madam Chair, no? Baka maging precedence ito dun sa iba na gustong hulugan na lang yung kanilang pagbabayad ng amilyar lalo't malaki. Ang naging tugon po ng ating treasury, ito po ay unang assessment kasi, kaya pinagbigyan nila. Hindi po ito dati pang taxpayer, bagong tayo yung structure, ngayon lang sila na-assess. Kaya nung magulat yung may-ari na ganito pala kalaki, humingi ng staggered payment at binigyan ng ating city treasury on the justification na ito po ay new assessment, kaya pagbibigyan. Pero doon sa mga dati ng sanay at regular namang binabayaran, baka sadly, baka hindi raw mapagbigyan yung kung gagawin yung staggered payment ng kanilang liabilities. So kung meron pang magtatanong, ang iniling...
May paglilinaw po, Councilor Ryan Bagaching, you are recognized.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Ako po yung miyembro ng nasabing komite. No? Siguro para lang po sa information ng public, no? Maigi manggaling na rin po sa ating chairman. Yun pong assessment na 8.9 million, ito po yung original assessment po, no? At hindi po ito bibigyan ng diskwento or bababaan.
Wala po.
Talagang
Ito po ay
standard payment lang.
original
Opo.
and meron na pong kasamang penalty ito.
May penalty na rin
May
nakasama.
penalty na.
Okay, so hindi po bababa yung babayaran
Wala
nila at
pong-
nandun pa
walang
rin po
ganun,
yung
wala po.
penalties. Yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Thank you po, Councilor Bagaching. May nais pa po ba magtanong o maglinaw?
Kung wala naman, Madam Chair, hiniling ko nga tapusin ang ating period of discussion. Anyway, no, isang paraan din po kasi ito nung tinignan namin sa public hearing na ito naman ang ating lungsod mabait sa ganyan. No? Since reasonable naman yung kanilang paliwanag, magbibigyan po ng city. Pero doon sa iba naman na talagang hindi nagbabayad, magiging ano naman po tayo, mahigpit na lalo ngayon at nag-i-issue po tayo ng maraming notices doon sa mga hindi nagbabayad ng kanilang amilyar ngayong panahon na to. So kung wala na pong nais maglino or magtanong, Madam Chair, niling na tapusin na ang period of discussion at dumako tayo sa period of amendment.
Motion to close the period of discussion, seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes. Hearing no objection, the motion is approved. We are now in the period of amendment.
Ito ang mag-solicit natin. Inayagan natin si Mayor sa pumirma sa isang conference. Kunin yun. Normal for regular amendment po natin, Madam Chair, ang lahat ng bobotong konsil ay makasama bilang sponsor ng nasabing resolution.
Any second? Seconded by Councilor K. Anrangavilla. Hearing no objection, the proposed amendment is approved.
At hiniling pong pagtibayin ang isang resolution subject to form and style. Hiningin natin sa Treasury na magpag-ugnayan sa legal na dalhin sa sanggunian yung resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a compromise agreement with the applicant, Madam Chair.
Motion to end the period of amendment. Any second po, seconded by Councilor Engineer Arlene Hilapo. Hearing no objection, the period of amendment is now closed. All those in favor of the said resolution, subject to form and style, please raise your right hand.
Favor are Councilors Sevilla, Camilon, Niefes, Arcilia, Presnedi, Bongkayao, Arsiaga Molina, Rongavilla, Pagatsing, Hilapo, Baez Reyes, Moldes Jr., Martinez, Abadilla. Boto po ninyo, Konsehal Diaz. Konsehal Coro.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Konsehal Attorney Landrito. Konsehal Lampaya. Thank you. Thank you po. Ang lahat po ng nasa Zoom at ang nasa Bulwagan po ay sumangay.
Since all those in present are in favor, the said resolution is hereby approved.
Para po sa ating unfinished business, ito po ay application for accreditation ng Park Homes Tunusan, Tricycle Operators and Drivers Association, Incorporated.
Councilor Ting Nieves, you are recognized. Councilor Ting.
Good morning po, Madam Chair. Good morning po, Madam Chair. Inihiling ko po na maapurbahan ang nasabing accreditation ng Park Homes Tunasan Tricycle Operators and Drivers Association, Incorporated.
Kahilingan po na maaprobahan po ang proposed resolution po. Meron po bang tumututol? Kung wala po, All those in favor of the said resolution, please raise your right hand.
Ngayon po sa ating bulagan, sina Konsehal Niefes, Camilon, Resnedi, Bongcayaw, Molina, Sevilla Jr., Mongabilia, Bagatsing, Hilapo, Baez Reyes, Moldes Jr., Martinez, Abadilla. Boto po ninyo, Konsehal Diaz. Attorney Coro.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Attorney Landrito. Konsehal Ampaya. Okay, salamat po. Lahat po ng nasa Zoom at ang nasa Buluwagan po ay sumangayon.
Since all those present are in favor, the proposed resolution is hereby approved.
Para po sa ating ikalawang basa, an ordinance creating a technical working group to regulate and monitor poles or electricity generating companies, telecommunications, and community cable antenna television utilities within the Muntinlupa City.
Councilor Dado Moldes, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. On our last 56 regular session, binasa ko po ang minutes of the meeting about the two ordinances, the amendment of the Section 14 of Underground Cabling Ordinance, and the ordinance creating a technical working group to regulate and monitor poles and distribution lines and ensure proper and safe maintenance of every power or electric generating companies, telecommunications and community cables, antenna television utilities within the city of Muntinlupa. And then we go to the second reading. Pumunta po tayo sa discussion. Nagkaroon po tayo ng recess, and after recess, napagkasundoan na i-defer ang ating discussion para talakayin muli sa committee hearing for further discussion. And last Thursday, nagkaroon po ng committee hearing kami ni Konsehal na Metong tungkol sa underground cabling. At the same time, technical working group. At doon po napag-usapan ng paano gawin, no? Na mahirap palang gawin ang underground cabling. And then, diniscuss na rin po na kailangan po talaga ng technical working group na mapapasa para talakayin, defer discussion ng underground cabling at paano ayusin, i-clear ang mga dangling wires sa mga postes sa ating Luzon ng Muntinlupa. At napapanahon din, meron po ang MOU, ang Meralco at City Government. So napapanahon po talaga na ipasa na natin ang ordinance regarding sa technical working group. So, basahin ko po ulit ang ating ordinance creating a technical working group to regulate and monitor poles and distribution lines and ensure proper and safe maintenance of every power or electric generating companies, telecommunications and community cable, antenna television utilities within Muntinlupa City. Madam Chair, I now move to open the period of discussion.
Tayo po ay nasa period of discussion. Meron po bang nais na magtanong o maglinaw regarding the proposed ordinance? Councilor Engineer Jonas Abadilla, you are recognized.
Madam Presiding Officer, gusto ko lang po tanong sa ating proponent na kung ganun pa rin po ba ang penal clauses ng ordinance, no, regarding po dun sa mga companies na hindi po susunod, particularly dun sa mga hindi po tumutugon sa mga spaghetti wirings, especially in terms of telecommunication and electrical wirings, Madam Presiding Officer.
Yes,
Councilor
Madam Presiding
Dado
Officer,
Moldes.
meron po tayong tinalagang penalties and fines. Meron tayo for the first offense, we have 3,000 pesos. Second offense, 4,000 pesos. And the third offense or subsequent offenses is 5,000 pesos, Madam Chair.
Yes, Madam Presiding Officer. And as far as I know po, in terms of review of the ordinance, in terms of the amendments proposed in this ordinance po, no, kasabay po ng pagtalakay po natin nung pag-amyenda ng unang ordinansa. So, ang akin lang po, Madam Presiding Officer, since this will take time and this was passed during 2021, 5 taon na po ang nakakaraan, pero nakita po natin na mabagal po ang pag-usad ng paggawa po ng paraan ng ating mga kumpanya, especially in terms of partnerships with the city government of Muntinlupa. Sa palagay ko po ay mahina po ang penal clauses po natin. So, I think it's also a time for us to review the penal clauses of this, no, Madam Presiding Officer. Our big electrical companies, telecommunication companies can simply, pay those penalties. Paano po natin ma-secure na our companies that have transactions here in Muntinlupa will follow this ordinance? Yun lamang po, it's a challenge for us in the Sangguniang Panglungsod. Sa tingin ko po, wala pa pong pangil ang ating penal clauses with regard to this. Especially when we passed, when the 9th, tama po ba? 8th or 9th City Council passed this ordinance, Madam Presiding Officer. Ayun lamang po. Siguro po, when we study further regarding the technical working group, idulog din po natin sa technical working group regarding the penal clauses in terms of review, Madam Presiding Officer. Para ma-secure po natin na the city government of Muntinlupa, the companies involved here will follow this ordinance step by step para po maayos po natin yung wirings po natin sa ating lungsod. Maraming salamat po.
Madam Chair,
Councilor Maldez.
maganda naman ang kanyang komento, Madam Chair. Pero meron tayong limitation about the penalty. No? We only have maximum of 5,000 na pwede natin na gawing penalties dito sa City of Muntinlupa, Madam Chair.
Tayo po ay nasa period of discussion pa rin po. May nais po ba magtanong o maglinaw?
Madam Chair, kung wala na pong nais magtanong, minumungkahi po na isarado na po ang period of discussion at so pumunta na po tayo sa period of amendment.
Any second? The said motion, seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes. Hearing no objection, the period of discussion is now closed. We are now in the period of amendment.
Madam Chair, hinihiling ko po sa period of amendment na gawin ko sponsor lahat ng boboto sa ordinansyang po.
Any second on the proposed amendment? Seconded by Councilor Shasha Baez Reyes and Councilor Amanda Jane Camilon. Hearing no objection, the proposed amendment is approved.
Madam Chair, hinihiling ko po na isarado na ang period of amendment at pagtibayin na po ang naturang ordinansa.
Motion to end the period of amendment, seconded by Councilor K. Anrongavilla. Hearing no objection, the period of amendment is now closed. All those in favor of the said ordinance, please raise your right hand.
Favor are Councilors Maldez, Martinez, Abadilla, Baez Reyes, Silapo, Bagatsing, Rongabilla, Sevilla, Camilon, Niefes, Arcilia, Fresnedi, Bongcayao, Arsiaga Molina, at ang boto po ninyo, Konsehal Ampaya, Konsehal Landrito, Konsehal Bongcayao, Konsehal Coro, Councilor Diaz. Okay, lahat po ng narito at ang nasa sumpo ay sumang-ayon.
Since all those present are in favor, the proposed ordinance is hereby approved.
Dako na po tayo sa ating mga liham. Una po ay letter from Michelle Licodin, OIC Director, MCTI, on the Memorandum of Agreement with the Department of Science and Technology, NCR, for review and the conduct of public hearing if warranted.
Councilor Sevilla.
Madam Chair, ang nasabi pong liham ay ating sinasangguni sa Committee ng Livelihood. Sino ba? Kuya Elliot? Chaired by Councilor Elliot Martinez. MCTI po. Si Councilor Dad. Livelihood and Cooperative Councilor Elliot Martinez po.
Kalwa po ay barangay... Ano po? MOA po ito with DTI. DTI po. DTI po.
Rules and Ethics.
Inuulit ko po, Madam Chair, no? Ito po ay ating sinangguni yung previous referral sa Committee on Rules, Ethics and Privileges ng ating Majority Floor Leader.
Kalawa po ay Barangay Annual Audit Report on the Barangay Buli, City of Muntinlupa for the year ended December 31, 2025. Kalawa po ay Barangay Annual Audit Report on the Barangay Bayanan, City of Muntinlupa for the year ended December 31, 2025.
Noted din po, Madam
Okay po.
Chair.
So, dadako na po tayo sa ibang bagay na pag-uusapan.
Any other matters to be discussed? Please raise your right hand. Meron po ang ating Assistant Majority Floor.
Madam Chair, meron ditong first endorsement mula sa ating mahal na Mayor, respectfully requesting Honorable Stephanie G. Tevez Wong, Vice Mayor, Presiding Officer of the City Council of Muntinlupa, through Honorable Council Attorney Coro, for appropriate action on the matter of approving a resolution authorizing the City Mayor to enter into a contract agreement with Pilastro Builders and Development in connection with yung construction of Sukat Evacuation Center. Ito po siguro yung phase 2 kasi nasimula na to, no? So ito po ay ating sinasangguni sa ating kasamang konsyal, Ryan Bagatsing. Meron po pong pangalawa, ganun din po. Construction agreement between AP Melendres, improvement of sidewalk along National Road. No? And another one, ito rin po ay contract asphalt overlay works at Aguila Street, Barangay Putatan. Marami pala. Drainage at Creekside. Garcip Creekside, no? And Jadovina, various repair works of drainage system at Pupa Homes, Summit Mill, Barangay Putatan, publication of additional modular steel footbridge for emergency deployment in flood-prone po yung siguro yung mga tuloy sa mga baha, no? Site development of SPED and PIDAO complex, Barangay Poblacion, and improvement of works for various health centers in Muntinlupa. So lahat po nito ay pagpasok sa kontrata sa paggawa, sinasanggunin natin sa Committee ng Infrastructure ng ating kasamang konsyal, Ryan Tamora Bagatsing.
Any other matters to be discussed? Please raise your right hand po. Kung wala na, council. Sa mga nasa Zoom po, meron po ba? Wala naman, Sec.
Medyo wala kang other matters?
Okay.
So yung bagong dating kasi... Kung wala na po. Bago po tayo magtapos. Kung wala na po, Madam Chair, niling na tapusin na ang ating pagpupulong ngayon.
Kahilingan, natapusin po ang ating regular session. Any seconded by Councilor Hilapo, Councilor Attorney Alexon V. Diaz. Hearing no objection, our 58th regular session is hereby adjourned.
Bagyong-bagyo, nangangampay niya.
Photo